Morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome on into Link to the Past League Season 3. Here in the Open League, we have got Week 6 action. All Dungeons Key Sanity between of FROMPS Time and Marty of Blue Balls in the Castle Tower Division in the Pendant Conference. My name is Westside Vandal. With me is Rive. How are we doing today?
Oh, we're doing very good. We're looking forward to a nice long race here with this all dungeons. So most of these races have seen 2 hours plus. So we're in for quite a treat here.
For probably more than a few key hunts, we're also going to need to find that ice rod. All dungeons does mean, regardless of if we need to beat him for something on Lumberjack or our actual Dark World access, we will be seeing Aghanim 1, and our racers are underway.
A quick side note for the lines that you may see on the stream, that is unavoidable as a part of hardware from So himself, so do not worry about it, and look forward to a nice race here with starting off a big key from Skull Woods in Sanctuary.
Which interesting. Marty opened the Link's house chest and then immediately saved and quit and headed back to Sanctuary. Marty with a map check, forgetting this is Key Sanity, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those real muscle memory things. You do it.
Yeah.
Of course, you don't know where anything is, crystal or pendant-wise, until you find the map of that dungeon.
So also rifling through his uncle's wallet, that seems kind of rude. Maybe give him some medical attention. You know, maybe give him that bottle you just found. That might help.
I was about to say, the uncle doesn't need it anymore because he's just gonna lay there, but that bottle, yeah, why not? But he uses it, takes it away selfishly.
Alrighty, so there's not following too far behind Marty here because did not find a weapon in. Oh, that is Ether Pendant on Lumberjack.
So depending on what medallions may be needed for Mire or Turtle Rock, they may need to do Aghanim 1 bit earlier than they usually want to do it, as they usually want to save it for the very end.
I just called it a pendant because I am clearly not yet awake this morning. Oh, hammer on the mushroom spot in Lost Woods. Nice.
Well, definitely a nice weapon to have already. Since the sword, well, who knows where that is.
Compass of Dark Palace.
So spending some time killing creatures to try and get that tier 2 triple now. But he just got some hearts earlier.
Being the tier 1 here. Ooh, nice full magic drop there from that crow. That'll be useful.
Have any...
Find something that uses magic, right?
Yeah, when and if. Well, not if, but when. But of course, now Marty going into Kakariko with no bombs and no money, but a bottle. It's something. Oh no, wait. My mistake. It's Soda has the bottle, not Marty.
Marty has not gone to escape yet, so he has not found that first bottle. Hey, small key to Gan's Tower. Blue mail.
Nice early safety. Dark Battles, these are very important.
And there's a little bit of money for Marty. We still need about 30 rupees to be able to buy some bombs if it comes to that.
He's just enough to get that done, while Marty, I think he's hoping to either find some bombs or a bigger rupee collection from one of these chests here in Well.
Yep. Unfortunately, that's a little bit less likely in Key Sanity with, well, never mind.
why do we even say things? He also found the Desert Palace small key, so that's a very important key to find, as it does open 2 checks when he goes there for the first time.
Ooh, shovel in the back of tavern there.
Very early, too. Very often you see the shovel much later, having to see the players route that in some other time, but this time around, no. He's got it.
And just a compass for that bottle turn-in today. Note, so doing the, oh, he's gonna try and dig for his bombs here, I think. Not having any success, gonna have to part ways with that 50 rupees, unfortunately.
Can you actually dig for bombs? Is bombs one of the things you can find?
It is, yeah. I'm pretty sure it is.
Finding arrows.
Yep. Marty did just find the powder in the back of Blind's basement there.
And they have the hammer already, so magic bat coming up.
Yep. Meanwhile, takes the bombs he just purchased to the hut and gets yet another Dark Palace small key. I believe that brings our total to 3 already, does it not?
No, 2.
Okay. I thought we'd seen a second one somewhere already.
They each found 1, and Marty's just found the second one, so he's now up to 2.
The
other small key was Desert Palace.
Ah, yeah.
With all these palaces, it's
So Marty about to receive his shovel. All right, so I'm assuming we're gonna see. Oh, Marty out of bombs. That's right. You only get 3. Only received 3 from the well there. Gonna use 50 rupees himself to replenish his supply.
And both players will just have to come back some other time to buy whatever the bottle vendor's holding.
I don't quite know what So is digging for now. Possibly rupees, but
I feel like that's a bit of too much of a chance to take. If that's really all he's looking for, wouldn't it be faster to wait a bit and then later set up a houlihan?
Nope, you never know. RNG could be in your favor. Book of Medora!
That just screams Desert Palace. They've got the book, they've got a small key. There's quite a bit they can do there already. Of course, the big chest and the torch still unavailable. So once they're done here, I really expect them to go South Shore with the dam over to Agina's cave and then into Desert Palace. They might still do mini Mulrum, of course.
Yeah. That would seem to be a pretty valid play here. We'll see what our runners decide to do, however. Flute is on the library bookshelf. We're going to need to come back for that after we find those boots.
Yeah, and when you find the boots in this type of game, that really determines how partially determines how long this tends to take these matches, because all dungeons, key sanity, tends to take a lot longer. But early boots speed those up. But if they stay hidden for a long time, who knows where they might be?
Indeed. I do also note Marty is deciding to take a little bit of extra time here to grab a full heart container on race game. So, I mean, yes, having more health is always good, but there are still plenty of other hearts out in the pool.
Not only are there plenty of other hearts out in the pool, you're extremely likely to find them because you're going to be full clearing almost everything anyway.
I was just going to go blindly grab it, so.
Well, it's gonna save him some time.
Yep. All right, Marty also taking the shovel now. Ooh, Cane of Samaria. They save and quit.
That's a very nice find. Enabling so many glitches, that cane is a bit broken.
Yep, that Cane of Samaria has led to some pretty interesting discoveries in this year in Link to the Past. I wouldn't say speedrunning because most of the glitches have actually been banned in No Major Glitches, if I remember correctly. But for randomizer racing, it leads to stuff like Icebreaker and Diver Down, which has really changed the way Swamp Palace and Ice Palace are routed. Marty gonna take that his bounty of weapons here, and more than likely, this actually looks like it might be more of escape than just Uncle.
I was thinking the same. Going there now, you already have the hammer as just a weapon you can swing about. I'm expecting front of escape at least.
So meanwhile, So meanwhile, looks like he's going to do the dam here, and then we'll see if he decides to go left or right here. Both pretty valid options.
And we're seeing in the meantime that Marty is doing what we were saying, go in front of escape.
And yeah, I can see this. This is 5 items plus 1 on Ice Rod. Could also potentially fake. Well, no, that wouldn't be very useful right now. No Moon Pearl and no Booth. And no money for Zora. Oh, getting bodied a little bit by the mini mold arms here. There we go.
I'm slightly surprised that having that shovel decided not to actually go to the dig spot while he was nearby with the running game.
Shaven Dylan with the Prime Gaming sub. Thank you very much. A lot of Gan's Tower dungeon items here. I saw the map and a small key there, but that's about it.
Well, there was another small key to Desert Palace. No, I mean Palace of Darkness. See, now I'm confusing them. And that puts that total up to 3, which opens up a lot of things in there when they can finally get there. But there's a surprising amount of items that are not in logic until you have 6 keys.
Yes. Palace of Darkness key logic is a very tangled web. There is the Ball and Chain Guard defeated for Marty, and Zelda's Cell with a small key to Turtle Rock.
I would call that key logic like a bit of an unwieldy beast.
And Ice Rod is going to have the big key to Desert Palace, so...
This choice of going to the right definitely paying off Forzo.
This green seed is now officially full-on, full-throated, screaming for you to go to Desert Palace. So meanwhile, looks like we're going to have a little bit of backtracking. Not quite the right term here. Runners cover each other's steps. There we go. As Marty is now doing South Shore.Ll see if Marty also makes the call to go right instead of left here.
That's what I'm wondering the most, yeah. I like to call this mirror play, where they're mirroring what the player has done before.
Mm-hmm.
But Cho's choice to go to the right side was very understandable. There's a lot of checks in the Mulrum game and Ice game right there. But going to the back of to the front of escape now before going to the left side of the south Desert Palace and such, and Nagina's cave, that surprises me more. Of course, he can't clear it entirely, so it's still understandable because he's still missing that glove. But I would have. It kind of screams go there.
Yeah, we're missing a glove and we're missing a fire source for Desert to be fully completable, for 1. I was about to say we don't know what it is yet for 2, and then I remembered it's all dungeons anyway, so it doesn't matter. Using the Cane of Samaria here is Marty. Nice. Nice little decision. Oh, almost gets the no-scope there, but just makes another block, throws it, and calls it a day.
He did a 360. We know that's needed if you want a no-scope.
Insert air horns here. Please don't. Alright, so Marty, assumedly, is going to head over to Ice Rod Cave here and get that Desert Palace big. Indeed he is.
So overall, very, very similar choices of both racers.
Yes. And now I would assume this is going to... Oh, no, pulling out the shovel. Going to go ahead and check the dig spot here is so.
So this is, I think, a little bit of a time loss doing this from Link's house as compared to being able to do it while he was at the racing game. Not much, but just that's a small thing.
Yeah, it is an inefficient choice, but may have just straight forgotten he had it. Just went, oh yeah, I do have the shovel. I did pick up the shovel really early. So, All right, simultaneous save and quits from our runners here as Marty picks up that big key and so picks up the Cane of Samaria.
Not only simultaneous save and quits, but these players have now done just about every check the other player has done, with the only difference being Marty not having handed in the bottle, but we know that that's only a compass.
We are seeing more route divergence here. Marty is following the seeds screaming here and is going to go to the Desert Palace area. So, meanwhile, heading to Eastern.
I understand also the choice for Eastern. You've got the closet to check, and Eastern has so many chests that are available without any. There are no small keys to be gotten, except the one that's guaranteed inside, and you can get all those checks out of the way without a big key. Only the boss itself and the big chest locked by that big key.
All right, so we find 20 rupees, a sword, and a piece of heart in Saha's closet. We also get the information that the green pendant is in Skull Woods today.
He got a sword.
Yeah, he sure did. Back at Saha's closet. Saha apparently was a hero of time in a past life.
So now we're gonna see what that screaming that the seed is doing about the palace is actually going to deliver.
There's a glove.
Now, if there's a fire source in here too, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Alrighty. Well, 20 rupees on the torch. Let's see here. Piece of heart.
So getting shot by a cannon.
Yeah. It happens, unfortunately.
So Marty does have that small key, but decides to go Desert Ledge first.
Interesting. Mirror in Eastern there. Small key to Turtle Rock on Desert Ledge. All right.
According to the chat, the mirror is always in Eastern, apparently.
60% of the time, it's in Eastern all the time.
Chat makes a good point for Marty's routing. Now going to the right side, getting those two chests, and he can exit. He's already on the right side, so he's closer to Agina already.
Or he'll find, well, Boots, also in the Eastern Palace.
Boots leading to Flute.
Oh.
Yeah, those vertical hammer smacks are really not nobody's friend.
Second bottle in right side of Eastern here. And 50 rupees.
No fire source, I am sad.
Unless it's in Agina's, which I would assume is going to be Marty's next check here.
Oh, absolutely.
Making good use of those boots to dash across the hallway here.
And that's going to be Cho's final check here in Eastern Palace.
Going to be a compass.
So both plays delivering for these players. Marty picking up that glove, So picking up that sword and those boots and that mirror. I'm expecting that each player will now go to what the other player has been doing. I think So got slightly ahead from this because of those boots and the fact that he can go get the mirror now.
And is a big key to Misery Meyer from Agina today. All right, so yeah, so gonna immediately pick up that flute, I think, here. Yep. And with our current loadout, So I think you might have already said this, and if you did, I apologize. With our current loadout, once So gets that flute activated, he can actually go check a lot of Death Mountain.
Well, absolutely. That flute puts that in logic, and he has a hammer, so and a mirror. So with those items, that's quite a bit that's up there available to him.
Even just discounting Old Man Rescue, because that's in the dark, there's Spectacle Rock is fully open. Tower of Hera has a bunch of checks we can do. We can get over to Paradox Cave and Spiral.
Yeah, I would do them in the other way around. I'll do Spiral first and then Paradox, but obviously.
Right, yeah. Sorry, Paradox was the first thing that came to mind for me, so...
I was really confused when I first went into Paradox for my first time I was playing this game, and I could not figure out how to get that until I went into every entrance like 5 times. It just didn't make sense to me.
The Paradox?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I saw that. I saw the first floor drop down. I just assumed, well, this is down below, so I can't drop down. It's just gonna damage me. So now on Death Mountain, not caring about the darkness and just saving the old man anyway.
Yeah, because it's a fairly easy dark room, and this gives you a save and quit point, so might as well just get it out of the way.
Absolutely, and these players are all very capable of doing that with minimal trouble. With this one being fairly easy, no trouble at all, I would say.
Yeah. As our restreamer puts it, Lamp is merely a suggestion to a lot of the runners here in both forms of the Link to the Past Randomizer League. Just a bunch of rupees on and in Spectacle Rock. Oh, nope. On top of Spectacle Rock was a compass.
Even more useless than rupees.
I mean, hard to argue with that. An attempt was made to make it useful by making it give you the item count, but using the Book of Medora to read the pendant, ether tablet, there we go, and it's just couch cash, move right along.
While in the meantime, Marty picks up his mirror and will be getting his boots momentarily.
Last check here in Tower of Hera, that's going to be a small key to Palace of Darkness. That's 4 Palace of Darkness smalls now.
That makes Palace of Darkness fairly easily clearable, and with Bomb Jump, you can get everything. Although it does not put those items in logic.
I will point out now that once, well, actually, Marty, having picked up that glove, and mirror, well, no Moon Pearl yet, sorry. I was about to say, has Dark World access, but no Moon Pearl yet.
Access, yes. Can he really do much? No.
So, basically Moon Pearl on Pyramid Glitch. Let's go.
Oh yeah, the viewers are gonna love that. Players are gonna hate it.
Well, there's Master Sword. For So in Spiral Cave.
And to answer that, yes, So is indeed playing on an SNES with the capture card causing the lights. Marty having the boots, but deciding only halfway to remember that he has those boots. So I'm fully expecting Marty to just do what So did before, also go activate those boots and head up the mountain.
Alright, so what else does Paradox Cave have for us today? Not a whole lot so far.
What do you mean? It's a small key to Swamp Palace!
Oh, shoot, I missed that. And there's the big key of Hera, because of course it is.
So, do you think he's just gonna go back up? I definitely think,
Yeah, he's lining up for the bomb jump. I think he's gonna head back up there. Back of Escape has our Moon Pearl.
And the map to this dungeon.
Hooray! The second most useless map in the game.
So that is now really Dark World access for Marty.
We'll see what he decides to do with it, because that's a lot of Dark World checks versus Death Mountain.
While Dark Death Mountain's still not in logic because you need the gloves for that, the second gloves for that, right?
Yep, correct. Third bottle, meanwhile, found by Marty. This one having a fairy in it. And so is indeed going to just take that Tower of Hera big key here and give Moldorm the old what for.
I like Marty's routing to go activate the flute more because So went from Link's house to the south, but Marty being able to check those bong rocks in the meantime, I like that a lot more.
And plus, Marty still has to turn in his bottle and pay off the bottle vendor, so...
Did So do that while he was there? I don't think so.
I didn't see it, but either way, it's only 10 arrows, so... Compass of Ganon's Tower in the Tower of Hera Big Chest, and a map of Swamp Palace. Alrighty then.
Now, the only question is, what does Moldorm himself have?
Okay. Chat pointing out that Marty could have started from Link's house, used the Dark World portal above Swamp, and done the Dark World checks on his way up here via use of the mirror.
So, Hype Cave, Stumpy, and Digging Game, right? That's, if I remember all of them?
Sounds about right, yep. And like Village of Outcasts.
Oh yes, there's plenty of items just out there as well. It's just also the first 4 chests in Thieves Town. Moldorm not having an interesting item for us today, but a Crystal Fort So at 26 minutes, he gets on the board.
Yep, gets on the board with the first dungeon clear of this all dungeon seed. Marty, meanwhile, looks like he has made his choice. He's going to check out Dark World at this point. So, meanwhile, about to receive that glove here.
But first, Agina.
Alright, map check from Marty there. We see that Misery Mire is a 5 crystal. One of the 2 we will need in case we need to get into Pyramid Fairy for any reason. We already knew about Skull Woods being the green pendant from Sahasrara. Alrighty, so now we are going to see Skull Woods here from Marty. There's Bombo's medallion. That's going to help out a little bit with clearing out some Gibdos if we have to in this area.
Who knew that enemies made of bandages were weak to fire?
No. Alright.
And So choosing to do the other routing, right side first with his small key, then the rest of Desert Palace, followed by then Desert Ledge going over. Well, he's already done Agina, of course, so he doesn't need to get there faster.
Marty finding half magic in the pinball room of Skull Woods there. Saving and quitting because he did choose to use the drop down. And thus was soft locked without a small key. And now we'll see if he decides to actually go back. Oh no, he's going to go ahead and do Death Mountain now.
With so many checks available in the Dark World, and so easily available, I don't know if I agree with this decision, because of course, if any of those checks has the second glove, that will allow him to do all of Death Mountain in one go. Or just about all of it.
Fair. This is a fair point. But I'm
But
assuming
then
we'll
again,
also see Marty get on the board here and clear Tower of Hera. So.
oh yeah, very soon. But like so, I expect it to go in twice.
Yeah, with having to pass right by Tower of Hera, it's too tempting to go in while you're up there. So yeah, I think we'll see a repeat here and see Marty double dip.
And with these all dungeon key sanities, you have to embrace the double dip. It's nearly unavoidable. Players have already dipped once into Eastern and Desert Palace, so there's going to be a second one, but the second time they go there, it's to go and clear it.
Interesting decision from So here. Saved and quit, headed to Link's house, exited Link's house, picked up a bush, realized, wait a minute, saved and quit his Sanctuary, and is now... Oh, he's gonna do Bomb Rocks. Okay, that's why. That explains it. I was sitting there thinking, you have the flute and it's activated. It doesn't matter if you go from Link's house or Sanctuary.
But this was just a slight bit faster than still. I'm expecting to see then back of escape while he's here, and that's indeed what he's doing.
Yeah, I forgot So hadn't done these checks yet.
But that will also give him Dark World access, so good that he didn't forget about it.
All right, so Marty, meanwhile, getting what he can out of Tower of Hera without the big key that we know is waiting for him in Upper Paradox Cave.
And so he's gonna do those initial Dark World overworld checks going towards Swamp Portal. So get ready, chat. Time to raid Hype Cave.
All right, what are we gonna have here? Well, Flipper, pretty good start. Small key to Turtle Rock. Small key to Dark Palace. Map of Thieves and a piece of heart. Not bad, not bad.
I would give it an 8 out of 10. I would that Dark Palace key plus the flippers in itself is just wonderful to have. You don't need that key for Palace Dark, but it makes it simpler.
It does. All right. So gonna finish up these lower Dark World checks here on his way up to Village of Outcasts.
Oh, I forgot to mention K45 earlier because he does have that mirror.
This is true. Both runners do have the mirror, meaning we can and will see K45 here.
Can you tell me why is this called K45?
As So finds Tempered Sword within K45. If I remember correctly, it's marked that way internally, and it just caught on as a nickname. Yeah, like the entrance ID to that cave.
We couldn't find a funny name for it, so we just named it its actual name.
Yeah, it's internal code. Because Cave South of Grove is kind of a mouthful, so...
I agree. And Marty gets his Tower of Hera big key. So he's gonna go back up in just a moment, getting that bomb jump ready as So checks the Bombos tablets.
Fine. 20 rupees.
More couch cash.
Marty... Oh, must have just missed the bomb jump or something.
Yes, indeed he did, and he'll just have to climb normally, like regular folk.
Alrighty.
And what is Stumpkid holding for us today? The Bloomerang.
Okay, Boomerang. Alright, so Marty gonna go ahead, head back into Tower of Hera and get that, mop it up here. While So is going to find out what the digging game has in store for us today. and perhaps more importantly, how many digs it takes to get whatever it is in the dig game today. That's going on 14 now, 16, 18, 20. It can be up to, that was 21, I believe.
But he just keeps going.
Yeah,
Pick up your key, buddy.
Yeah, I think he's just going, might as well farm some stuff while we're here.
Try and make a profit.
Yeah.
Skull with small key. Useful, but not that useful.
Yep. Oh, he's trying to farm Zora money? I mean...
Well, that makes sense to me a bit, because he does have the mirror, so if he routes in Catfish, which with the flippers is available, so then he can just check out the entire Zora's domain, but he doesn't want to orphan Big Zora itself, so get the money here.
Yep. I will say, I after this archery game would just do Catfish, not Catfish, Houlihan.
Houlihan would put him back in the light world, though, doesn't it?
And that's true. That's correct.
It's hard to say for me which one would be faster, doing Houlihan quick and then traveling back to the to the dark world, or just getting the cash there. But he didn't go all the way up to 500.
He did not. No.
And he's gonna lose 100 to Bottle Vendor. Or did he already check that? Because he just ran right past.
He might have already done it. We just missed it. Marty, meanwhile, while we were discussing rupees on So's side, did have a little bit of trouble with Moldorm. Did take one fall, but does manage to clean it up.
Oh, looks like we're getting a bet check.
Interesting.
Alright, much excite. Ah, that's
right
unfortunate.
I will say, kind of. Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. So we might see the same thing from Marty right here, actually.
Yep. It looks like we're going to. I think I would have waited until we could get to the back of Skull Woods to do that check. But
I think Marty agrees with you.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we know it can't be anything that we need to complete the three pendant dungeons, and we need to do all the dungeons anyway. So...
Eastern Palace big key from the chest game.
Okay then.
So we're just a bow away from being able to clear that.
There's the big key of Swamp to give us one extra check in Eastern. Oh, there's a small key on the bumper cave there.
But which one is it? That may weigh on their minds for a while. Well, Marty for now.
Castle Tower small key.
1 out of 2, so there's hope yet that this does not turn into a hunt for that second key.
Yeah, they'll just turn into an ice rod hunt, like every other rando seed. Just 20 rupees on Graveyard Ledge there.
As so now dipping into Thieves Town, he does not have that big key, so only those first four chests are available to him, but they are very quick chests, and it's 4 of them, so definitely worth it.
Chat pointing out, so does find 300 rupees here in Village of Outcast / Thieves Town, rendering a lot of the farming he just did moot.
But chat also pointing out that if he hadn't farmed, he would have only found 5 rupees. Because that's how that works.
Yep. little known fact: the Rando developers did put in spiteful modifications that track what you're doing in real time. They didn't actually do that. Yeah.
It's learning.
So did check Seahouse. He did it before he opened, or after he opened up the door, but before he went in. It was Big Key, I think.
Small key.
Well, we're about to find out.
Was that the small key to Swamp Palace?
It was the small key to Castle Tower, is what it was.
Oh, in the Sea House. No, I meant I meant what So just picked up.
Oh.
So he's doing those checks that Marty was doing earlier. Oh, throwing that skull just in time to destroy the Wallmaster.
Ah, use that skull was big and get 5 rupees. Hooray. Alright.
Again, more mirror play as these players do checks that the other player has already done.
Gonna use that Mario here for a slightly easier time in this room.
It's so convenient to have that there.
Small key to Meyer. So I would assume that we're going to see our runners start making their way over to Palace of Darkness here shortly with the plethora of Palace of Darkness smalls we've found.
I absolutely agree. It's also having the possibility, of course, for Catfish into Zora Domain.
That would also be on the way, so we are probably going to see that here shortly from So.
I'm actually expecting that, because then he could just flute from there, or save and quit and flute to get over to Palace of Darkness anyway.
Yep. Alright.
I think Marty already checked Graveyard Ledge, so there wasn't a bow there.
Correct.
Just 20 rupees, if I remember correctly.
You are also correct.
Sometimes I can remember things.
Let's see here. Marty gonna head down. He's gonna do a digging game as well.
Yeah, to agree with Chad, I absolutely expect him to catfish into Zora's Domain, because there's 4 checks in total there, and then flute over to Palace of Darkness.
Alright.
And if any of those things lead to a bow, he can just mirror from Palace of Darkness and clear Eastern.
Yep. We do still have to contend with some dark rooms along the way if we do not find a fire source here shortly. But as already mentioned, having light is not really a consideration for these runners at this level of play.
I'm jealous.
Same. Okay, so Marty picks up his tempered sword in Cave 45.
What are you saying, same? You're competing with these guys.
Doesn't mean I'm in the... I mean, just because I'm in the league doesn't mean I'm on the same level as them. Like, I, for one, don't like doing Misery Mire Dark Rooms or Dark Aga. Then again, that's a lot of people, so...
I mean, yeah, I don't think anybody likes doing those in the dark.
Actually... Oh, wait, has the flippers. Duh. Does get rid of a bee to get a red potion.
What did Catfish actually have?
Good question.
I looked away for a second and I missed it.
Catfish had a full heart container. Thank you to chat.
Thank you.
too busy memeing about fire sources to actually do the job I'm supposed to be doing right now.
Talking mandatory. Actual commentary optional.
From the King of Scams today. That's going to be a save and quit with nothing useful on Zora Ledge.
Yeah, the entirety of Zora Domain was a bit of a letdown. As Marty will now also get his flippers from Hype Cave.
So I'm going to check. Nope, apparently not. So just going to do Lake Hylia here, which I feel like we've seen.
It's a small.
Okay.
The excitement is which small key? And as Chad points out, he can also do a very fast hobo check from here.
Yep.
Very convenient when you can do this from the Dark World, as you can just get into the water here and mirror.
Oh. So, checking the camper here. Camper is going to give us a piece of heart.
And the small key on the island was just for Skull Woods. That's not very important.
Indeed, it is not. Marty, meanwhile, about to receive that Skull Woods big small key here.
And so he's gonna check the ledge before he heads over to Pod.
And Marty looks like he's going to be right on So's heels here.
If there's not a lot of difference in what these players have done in total, just a little bit of order difference, and there's a blue cane on the pyramid ledge.
Always enough. It is a bit laggy, but it does provide some defense for some of the tougher boss fights.
He's going back up the ledge, though. Oh, he's got a mirror, I think. He's going into Castle Tower.
I mean, we do have one of the two keys, which means we could theoretically open both chests. Well,
In the
one
dark.
of them, yeah, one of them in the dark, not in logic, but as mentioned, both of these runners comfortable enough with dark rooms to give it a shot at least, I would assume. Piece of heart, and here we go.
Kina Burna also does put the Spy Cave in logic, I think, because they have Hammer. And they have half magic as well, so yes, that puts it in logic.
So we'll see when that comes into play.
Marty going over to Palace of Darkness, though, not mirroring to Castle Tower like So did. Will it pay off for So, or will it pay off for Marty?
So finally just saying, okay, forget these enemies here and bombosing the Dark Maze in Agate Tower. All of that effort for 10 arrows. Ouch.
So definitely in Marty's favor.
So, gonna finish up. Oh, so gonna check Dark Cross, which we actually haven't seen yet.
You're right, I had totally forgotten about that chest there.
So now we'll see what Palace of Darkness has in store for us today. One very hilarious possibility for Dark Cross here is actually the lamp.
Oh yeah, because, well, then they would have to have the fire rod.
Yes. The
There's-
tower small!
The second one, so... Yeah, Marty's maybe thinking of going there a bit sooner than that, or, well, he's probably gonna wanna delay it to the very end.
Just 20 rupees in Dark Cross.
So all that effort in Castle Tower and the backup escape for Darkross, and not paying off for that time spent.
Unfortunately not, and now looks like Marty going to be not too far behind, or excuse me, So not going to be too far behind Marty here, heading into Palace of Darkness.
Did Marty open the front door with a small key? I think he did.
I believe he did. There's the fire rod. That's going to put the dark hallway, the U-shaped hallway here in logic. There's the ice rod!
Palace of Rods.
In Rod we trust. Let's see here. Does Fire Rod put Agate in logic? It does not. We need the lamp.
Yeah,
Chat correctly.
Sorry, go ahead.
Chat correctly pointing out, logically speaking, we need to have found all 6 Palace of Darkness keys to be able to grab that fire rod.
Absolutely. Most items in Palace of Darkness are only in logic once you have all 6 keys, but it only requires 4 keys to get them all if you can bomb up. And about the rooms in logic with lights, any room that has a lightable torch, any dark room that has a lightable torch becomes in logic with the fire rod, but only the dark maze of those dark rooms has torches, so not all of them, so the lamp is required to put that in logic. We're seeing a hover here from So as he goes over to get that chest. And there's this well, wow.
I was about to say impressive style points by Marty for choosing not to use the fire rod he just found to light those torches and doing the room in the dark. And then So just goes, watch this. I'm going to just hover this gap.
And with that, everything is in logic here. They're just missing the big key and the bow to actually do something about it.
There is a compass for Thieves Town. Well, I mean, Marty gotta be able to grab that. Oh no. Marty is out of small keys. And has not checked the right side of Palace of Darkness.
And with that, he indeed does leave.
Could be a problem for Marty because we know there's only one Palace of Darkness small key left out in the world apart from that one that's on right side. Could be a problem.
I'm just thinking here.
We'll keep an eye on that situation as it develops here.
Do you actually need a key for that, though? I don't think so. I think you can get that chest with that key without needing a key.
Tracker is actually correcting me in saying that the key on the right side is actually the last remaining Palace of Darkness small key. Titan's mitts in the big chest of Eastern. Huge. That opens up a lot of exploration here.
The rest of Death Mountain, for example, and of course Misery Mire here, the Mire area. We're gonna see what opens it up. Okay, let's go do Aga, guys, because you need that ether from Lumberjack.
Even randomized. In their shed.
Oh, so is floating away. So did not go into Eastern to go pick up the second gloves.
Oh, Gonna be funneled back into there fairly quickly, though. Doesn't have a whole lot much he can do without those Titans, I believe. Looks like he is going to go face Mothula here, which, honestly, could do Swamp, actually. A bit of Swamp.
A bit of Swamp.
Yeah. We still do need to find that hook shot.
In before vanilla hook shot.
Oh, good God. Marty, meanwhile, going to go ahead and take on Landless here.
I mean, I absolutely agree with that decision. He's in the area anyway, so let's knock that out.
But hopefully Marty thinks to stop in on the right side of House of Darkness after he finds that bow. Because
that's why he didn't do the right side, of course, because that's bow locked, or you need a potion.
Yeah,
he doesn't have a potion for it to get with the potion glitch, although that's not in logic.
Yeah.
And so, doesn't have a bow, doesn't want to do the potion glitch, he just hovers.
Yep.
Like, why not?
Alright. And he used that Fire Rod and that half magic here. Make quick work of 2 of 3 of the heads. Oh, third Lamo head has the jukes right now. There we go.
Forgot the 360.
Piece of heart and a crystal.
So it gets grabbed by the Wallmaster.
Buddy!
I need to buy myself one of those SNES controllers that you can hook up to your computer, so then I have actually try to hover and fail. With my keyboard, I have one of those keyboards with the big keys. Hovering is impossible one of those. You need the shallow key keyboard to do that. So now I can't even try, even though I would fail.
Alright, so does manage to very quickly make his way back to Mothula here. Nice dash there, and just annihilates Mothula. Well done.
Record time, that stuff.
There's our green pendant. And again, that's going to funnel him back towards that Eastern Palace area. Hopefully he'll remember he has that big key and check the big chest while he's there.
My thoughts exactly.
Alright. Marty, having a little bit of trouble with the bomb jump here. Can relate. I hate this bomb jump so much.
Is it just that you have to be on the very, very edge? Is that what's causing the problems?
Pretty much, yeah.
Because I also remember having some troubles doing this one.
Marty picking up the chest in Skullwoods he could not grab earlier due to his decision to take the drop down and having to save and quit out. And is now going to be following in So's footsteps here and taking on Mothula. So meanwhile, going to take that half magic and a bunch of health and that Cane of Samaria, or excuse me, Cane of Burna, and is going to check Spike Cave here.
Put himself down to 2 hearts before he activates that, no problem, and just some bombs.
And there's a save and quit.
So that small key to Swamp Palace ended up being in that chest in Skull Woods. So the small key to Swamp Palace I thought they got earlier must have been a Skull Woods one that I misread in the heat of the moment.
So, went to go try and go into Misery Mire. Yeah, you kind of need those Titans for that, and those, unfortunately, are over in Eastern. So, gonna go ahead and take on Landless himself while he's here. Probably gonna be kicking himself after he finally gets back over to Eastern.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We decided to pick up that chest in the back of Skull Woods before doing Mothula. Fire Rod shots for all of the Gibdos in this room. Nice little fairy drop there. Oh, we'll take that. We'll see how good of a Mothula fight Marty has here.
I mean, it's hard to beat what So did there. That was some record speed.
Yep. Marty playing it a bit more conservative, using that Fire Rod to entice Mothula out of the spikes.
Doing Mothula really fast doesn't just require a lot of skill, but also some luck.
Yeah.
Still a very smooth fight from Marty here.
Yeah. You might notice So took a charge into the upper block there as Mothula was rising up, and if that goes off correctly, that can help because obviously the running through Mothula's hitbox with the sword does some damage, and then that can also knock him down away from the spikes, leading you to be able to more effectively take on Mothula instead of him hiding in the spikes.
And so gets the one cycle on land mode.
Done. Alrighty, Marty, meanwhile, receiving the information that the pedestal is not something we need to worry about today.
I'm expecting Spike Cave for one, but Marty, of course, is going to take the rest of Dark Death Mountain here with those gloves.
So did in fact check the first floor of Thieves Town, yes. He was in fact the first to do so, if I remember correctly.
And I think Marty did as well later.
Yeah. Both runners have done the first floor, but I believe So actually did it first.
So he's going for the green pendant hand in here. I really hope he doesn't forget about the big chest in Eastern.
I would assume he's going to loop that in while he's here. I would certainly hope. There's a big key, and it's the big key of ice.
That is so disappointing. Of course, unneeded to do the dungeon. Just for the big chests.
Especially nowadays with Icebreaker. I mean, yes, big Ice Palace Bomb Jump also invalidates that big key, but... well, it's all Dungeons Key Sanity, so who's to say the Ice Palace Big Chest doesn't contain something we need?
Oh, absolutely right.
We're gonna need the Quake vanilla medallions today. We also have not seen hide nor hair of that Quake medallion yet.
Yeah, we know where Aether medallion is, but Quake is nowhere to be seen so far.
And So gonna be kicking himself here in a few, in about 30 seconds or so, heading to that big chest.
Absolutely.
Just 2 pieces of heart in Super Bunny for Marty. Will we see him bonk over to the one chest we can access in Hookshot here? We are.
Is this actually in Logic?
It is, yes.
That is good to know.
I did actually have a seed a while back where the hookshot was in that chest, which was filthy.
Hookshot in that chest, that is just filthy, I would agree. That is correct indeed for Castle Tower. It was a piece of heart and 10 arrows.
So head immediately to Ice Palace here.
He has no keys and he doesn't have hookshot, which means he needs to bomb jump to be able to get the Iced Tea room chests.
Icebreaker should.
No, I think even Icebreaker doesn't allow for you to do that. There is one way to get around that, and that is if you use ice. If you go north here, drop down, grab the chest, and then mirror. Grab the key from the monster that drops it, and then mirror out and come back, and then icebreaker. That will allow you to get the chest without bomb jumping.
Well, speaking of icebreaker, here it comes from So. Nicely done.
Nice.
Our restreamer pointing out So did not flip the switch here. May not be planning to fight Cold Stare? Question mark? I don't see why you wouldn't just fight Cold Stare here, but we'll see. We'll see how this plays out here. Marty, meanwhile, gonna do Smith's Chain actually, and there's a bow, Ice Palace.
So I don't expect him to go back to Eastern Palace for a bit until he gets the big key for Pod, but that bow is definitely a major find.
Chat pointing out, we don't actually need to do the switches with the big key.
That big key, of course, allowing you to go...
hook shot and hammer pegs.
Yeah, that big key, of course, allowing you to go back up to the switch. That's a very good point.
And also, big key to Turtle Rock in Ice. Ice Palace Big Chest. So that Ice Palace Big Key, definitely needed.
Where did he find that one again?
Ice Palace was on the... there's our Quake Medallion. Ice Palace Big Key was on Green Pin to turn in.
Oh, yeah. Well, Ice Palace really looks like the place to be. Turtle Rock, Big Key, Bow, and Quake Medallion.
So heading to Cold Stare here. Loot from Marty. Oh, Marty. Oh, Marty gotta do Swamp. Duh.
That hookshot making it entirely clearable, and to get all items because he does have the big key, if I recall. Yes, he does. I wouldn't count Marty out just yet.
Yeah, no, Marty, yeah, it has actually a pretty decent shot at the moment. It just kind of boils down to Marty is going to have to go do that green pin to turn in at some point, and then Marty can go into Ice and pick up what So has. But So is going to have to remember the Smith's Chain here, but he also just received a bunch of stuff that's going to point him elsewhere. See who decides to do what they need to do first here.
Of course, So needs to do the hammer stumps for the hook shots, needs to find the Pod big key and the Thief Down big key, and I think that's go mode.
What is on Green Pin turn in? We also need to find the Gans Tower big key. I don't think we've seen that yet.
We haven't seen that? Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
And to answer a question from chat, even though chat already got it for us, because chat is, for the most part, wonderful, our green pin to turn in is the Ice Palace Big Key, and that's needed because the Ice Palace Big Chest has our Turtle Rock Big Key.
Yeah, it would be unfortunate to see Marty head over to Ice Palace before handing in his green pendants. But it's a real possibility.
Also, again, remember, Marty has 0 Palace of Darkness big keys. and we know one is on the right-hand, the Bollock side of Palace of Darkness. So
imagine having 6 Palace of Darkness big keys.
Did I say big? Oh boy, I meant small keys.
Of course. But that right side will be in logic for him as soon as he has gone to Ice Palace, because that's where the bow is.
So heading to Dark Death Mountain here.
Maybe even dip into Turtle Rock.
This is true.
He doesn't know yet that it's Quake, I think, but he'll find out soon enough.
Yep. Well, yeah, because this is So's first trip to Dark Death because he didn't have the Titans earlier.
Absolutely right. Marty doing the conventional play here for left side Swamp, not opting to do the Diver down strats. If he knows it or is comfortable with it or not is unknown to me. It could be go either way. I have seen players that are comfortable with it and show us in a later room that they are comfortable with it, still not use it here. So it's
interesting. Oh, he's doing the Dark Death Mountain check. Sorry, I just noticed So was leaving Turtle Rock.
Well, good thing you were watching there, because I was not paying attention to that.
We aren't going to be able to see the rest of... no, we're not. So it needs to go find that hook shot. Never mind.
He does, indeed. And, well, depends on when he decides to make that check. He's going to go get that one. There's a mushroom in Swamp Palace. I wonder what that leads to.
We have seen So hover once already this seed. So if he's feeling his hovers today, and it looks like he is, because he's clearing the room of jellies to make sure he can hit hover unimpeded. Looks like he's gonna try and hover from Shock Cave here. Small key to Skull.
And with that one hover, you can just bonk to the other two chests. Now, for those that may not know, hovering, it means you start charging, while you start charging, you can't fall. And if you let go for only one frame, then you don't fall yet. It's only on the next frame that you fall. So if you can move forward in that one frame and then start charging that. Now, that's one frame is only 16 milliseconds, so that's some crazy fast button work.
Unfortunately for So, not really anything of note coming out of that hovering. Marty does find... Oh, Marty finds a small key to Ice. That may or may not be good news.
That is not good news for Marty. I think that's going to lead him towards Ice Palace without that big key from the hand in.
Nothing popping out as useful in Swamp so far.
Mushroom, though. And there are silvers in the compass chest in Turtle Rock.
Interesting. Marty goes to the wrong door.
And time to defeat Argus here with a Debra Sword of very fast fights.
There we go.
So taking the long way around.
Doesn't have the hook shot, so...
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
There's Kate, so that puts that small key that's on Bumper Ledge in logic. There's a big key. The big key of Palace of Darkness is on Argus. And that might just be good. Well, Marty.
I really think it's gonna come down to Marty checking the Green Bennett hand in before he goes over to Ice Palace.
Again, Marty does not have the bow, and also is, to his mind, missing a Palace of Darkness small. So,
saving and quitting though.
And I'm going to Sank. So we'll see what he decides to do next. He's gonna hoof it. So, oh, he's gonna turn in the mushroom. And do Dark Cross?
Oh, he has the key. Yeah, Dark Cross. He hasn't done Dark Cross yet.
So choosing not to powder the numerous fairies in this room.
Where did he find that lamp?
That was good question.
I'm guessing he found that in Swamp and we weren't paying attention.
Yeah, there we go. Yep. Meanwhile, has skipped Lava Chest in Turtle Rock. Remember, this is All Dungeons Key Sanity. There could be something we need in that chest. Granted, at this point, that would be... I think that would have to be exactly the Guidance Tower Big Key for it to make a difference, but...
I agree with the call, though. With those 3 keys he has to make the choice between the Lava Chest and Trinex. So I definitely would make the same choice he made.
Cave going down for So here. Just 20 rupees. Marty gonna make the play to Aga Tower here. He's gonna go ahead, kill Aga, collect that Ether Oh, he's gonna... Is Marty thinking Misery Mire here?
How do you mean?
Because he's doing the Aga Tower play, which means he's gonna go pick up Ether off of Lumberjack, which we need to get into Misery Mire.
Oh yeah, there's actually a very good chance of that. He also got the 2 chests here that he hasn't gotten yet. Of course, they won't give him anything.
Ten bombs in Crystal Roller Room there.
And with that lamp, he's gonna make very quick work of this maze.
Well, so doing the platform maze in Turtle Rock in the dark.
That one always confused me a bit, but now that I know where to go, it's surprisingly simple, and I don't know why I was so confused.
It essentially hold down a direction key for like one direction key for each half. A small key to Turtle Rock in
Wow,
Ridge.
in Turtle Rock. So, well, Lava Chest is now available to him. Going to create a checkpoint here by... Oh, no, or he's not.
That's spicy. Oh boy. Oh boy, please exit. Please exit. Thank you.
Yeah, there he goes. Because he actually exits the dungeon entirely and then comes back in, that allows him to die. And start there again instead of at the very start.
I think So does actually still have a fairy in a bottle, so it wouldn't have been too bad, but...
Oh, he has a fairy in a bottle? That would have made it awkward and...
Does use a powder to powder one of the anti-fairies into a fairy for some health there. Gonna go ahead, grab the full magic decanter, and head to the Trinex fight, which shouldn't be that big of an issue here, or so.
As Marty comes up to the Aga 1 fight. Makes very quick work of the Firehead while it is still on Trinex's body, and followed by the Waterhead. That was really fast.
It was. Alright, So Marty, we'll see how kind this Aghanim 1 fight is. The first attack of a pattern is always going to be an orange ball that we need to reflect. The next 3 have a 50-50 shot of being orange or blue. Wow. And then Aga will do a lightning attack. So we've already seen 3 orange balls. There's 4. We need 6 total to beat Aghanim 1. And there's our first blue ball of the fight. There's our second blue ball of the fight.
It started so well.
There we go. I would note, So is actually heading back into Turtle Rock here. It's going to go all the way to the lava chest and see what's in there.
I agree with that. He is still missing some key items, and if he leaves that now, that chest is so orphaned, you really would not want to come back to this.
Marty heading up to the potion shop area here.
And he's probably going to do Catfish and Zora area in the meantime, because he has not done those.
This is actually a good point. Alright. Mirror coming out, so we're going to see the mushroom turn in here. Keep in mind, mushroom was on left side of swamp. So that could be some potential for some grief if So tries to do a left side swamp skip. And this turns out to be something important.
There's not a lot available anymore that could be that major, and it ends up being 5 rupees.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure about the only thing we are still looking for is that big key of Evil's Bane. So, looks like he's going to follow in Marty's footsteps here and head up Aghanim Tower.
So he as well is thinking Misery Mire. Of course, if he goes there before he goes to Stone Palace, which I assume he will if he doesn't get that hookshot from Hammer Pegs, then he will have to do those rooms in the dark. I'm very certain that he is capable of that, but those rooms are still not nice.
Marty indeed doing these fish checks that he had not done yet. Ether is going to be on Lumberjack, which is why the runners are doing Aga 1 right now.
Yeah, the runners tend to put off Aga 1 to the very end because you can clear Ganon's Tower, which puts you on the pyramid, you mirror, you do Aga 1, which puts you on the pyramid,
yep.
And then you clear Ganon.
Yeah.
But now it's of course required because Lumberjack Ledge is only available once you defeat Aga 1.
So now the question is, who, as it has been for a bit actually here, is who is going to do the needful checks here first? Marty needs to turn in that green pendant and then go to ice. And So needs to do Smith's Chain for Hammer Pegs, which has the hook shot. I would say my money's on So going to his check first, because just because of the situation Marty finds himself in with keys in Palace of Darkness.
It's not just getting that green pendant check, it's getting that green pendant check before he goes to Ice Palace.
Yeah. And
that's going to lose him a lot of time if he does not do it in that order.
Yeah, and we're going to still be waiting to see if what Marty does in that situation, because he is heading to Lumberjack to pick up that ether, and then I would assume immediately going to play a note on that flute and have the Goose ferry him to Flute Spot 6. And do Misery Mire here. Or save and quit, I guess that works too.
It's about the same speed, I think. Or not, he's going up the mountain.
A little bit faster to get your hearts and leave, so.
Absolutely.
Granted, you have to kind of deal with the RNG of not getting death cabbage while you're waiting for your ride, but. All right, so Marty gonna head into Misery Mire here with that newly gained Ether Medallion.
And I think we'll see So follow suit shortly. Sorry, So, that Bloomerang is not gonna hurt Aga.
It's nice to let out some frustration.
Why do I have to defeat you now already?
Yeah. Or just, persuasion to actually throw orange instead of blue. Not that this particular iteration of Aga 1 needs it, but...
Shouldn't he have to throw the red boomerang then if he wants more red?
Of note, you might notice I talked about this iteration of Aga 1. Aghanim 1, Aghanim 2, and Ganon himself remain consistent in your first attempt at them in a seed. So no matter what you do, in your first fight versus those 3 bosses, their patterns will be the same. Which is kind of to keep races equalized. Now, if you happen to die to any of those bosses, then the pattern becomes truly random.
And you could really... That was a small dungeon to Misery... A small key to Misery Mire in Misery Mire. But like I said, I want to say that it can really slow you down if you then get a really bad pattern. Wait, what did Marty just get hit by there?
Probably a shot from the Medusa head.
I didn't even see it.
I wasn't quite paying attention, but that's about the only thing that would have hit him that we might have been able to miss. Big key to Thieves Town!
Nice.
Which, wait a minute, we needed that still too.
Absolutely. So is missing the pod big one, which is in Swamp, and the hook shots, and that would be go mode once he of course picks up his Thieves Town big key in Misery Mire that he's entering as we speak.
Not quite. We're still looking for the big key of Evil Fame.
I keep forgetting that one.
We find our first shield of the seed at 1 hour and 26 minutes in.
Shield, much like the lamp, very optional.
Chat making a very good point here. That Thieves Town big key is going to send So back to the Village of Outcasts area.
Which will make it much more likely for him to check his hammer pegs. Yes, absolutely.
Yep. So, I wouldn't quite say the window is closing on Marty just yet, but somebody's definitely walking over to the windowsill.
Yeah, if he goes to ice before he checks that green pendant, I think that's the end of the race, unless there's some really big mistakes on So's side.
Is not behind hammer pegs. I refuse to call it by the name that was just called in chat. Hookshot is on hammer pegs.
The bows are in one in Ice Palace. I think it was Ice Tea Room, but don't quote me on that one. But it's definitely in Ice Palace, and the other one is in the Compass Room in Turtle Rock.
There's a sword in Misery Mire.
Yeah, a lot of these all dungeon sanity races, of course, ending in Butter Sword because you just do so many checks.
So, just as a recap, both of our runners still need to find the Gadden's Tower big key. So needs to get that hook shot from hammer pegs, which is going to lead to Palace of Darkness big key and the lamp in Swamp Palace. Marty needs to turn in the green pendant to get the Ice Palace big key before heading to Ice Palace, where the Turtle Rock big key is in the Ice Palace big chest, which is why we need that Ice Palace big key, plus a bow, plus there was something else nice too that I'm forgetting.
Quake.
Quake, there we go, thank you. Which is also needed to get into Turtle Rock.
So yeah, if he goes to Ice Palace first, he's just gonna lose too much time that it's gonna be very hard to make up.
And again, the growing problem for Marty here as well is I don't know what he thinks of his Palace of Darkness small key situation. There is a small key to Palace of Darkness on the bow-locked side of Palace of Darkness. But Marty, of course, doesn't know that, but does know he's going to need one small key to be able to get back to Helmsar King.
Which surprises me a bit, because he did have 5 keys, which allows you to get everything as long as you don't open the front door. If he had avoided opening the front door, he could have gotten everything without. He could have gotten to Helmsar. Of course, he didn't have the big key, so he couldn't actually get there. But still surprised me that he used that 5th key, which could cause him problems if he doesn't find the 6th one.
Red mail on Vitreous here. Marty having to go after it with just the sword, which with the gold sword, not too much of an imposition, but it is still going to be a little bit slower than the fight So is about to have. So
a little bit slower.
Yeah.
With those silver arrows, it's gonna be gonna be one quick fight.
Yeah, blink and you miss it kind of experience here. Which is appropriate for an eye-based boss, but anyway, go ahead, sorry.
Absolutely. That joke, honestly, that never gets old. But to answer that, chat, he could not have gotten the 6th key yet. Not logically, anyway, because it was bow-locked, and he still does not have a bow.
Well, within logic, you can't skip opening the front door, no. But we do have potions, and potion unlock glitch is a thing. So,
as well as hovering.
Yes. Alright, so Marty is going to Thieves Town with that Thieves Town big. So we'll see what's in the back of Thieves Town here. Bows, one was in the iced tea room in Ice Palace, the other one is in the bike chest in Turtle Rock. So as we were saying, makes extremely quick work of Vitreous with that silver, with those silver arrows in his quiver. And he is going to be heading more than likely to Thieves Town here. And that is going to also put him right next to where he needs to go for those, for that hook shot.
Speaking of the other bow is in the compass room of Turtle Rock.
Part container for Marty here in the attic. So really, about the last outstanding thing we need to find here is that Ganon's Tower big key.
There's not a lot of places left that it could be. Of course, it could still be on Helmsar, for example.
Could be on Armos Knights, because we haven't seen Armos Knights yet either.
Absolutely. And what other checks do we still have available that have not been done?
Palace of Darkness big chest has not been checked yet either, because we did not have that big key.
Pyramid Ferry.
Pyramid Ferry also.
Or could be in Ganon's Tower itself.
So I didn't point this out earlier because we were talking about something else, but we do actually know what the 5-6 crystals are. One of them was Misery Mire, the other one is Turtle Rock. I noticed it on a map check earlier, so...
That's good to know. So Turtle Rock and Misery Mire, so that means so actually already has access to that.
Yep. Marty has done what he can in Thieves Town and is going to be taking on Blind. This fight does have a script you can follow, which Marty did the first phase pretty well there.
Some improvised strats there, but very nice.
Yep. At this level of equipment, Blind really isn't that difficult of a fight. Even if you do get slightly off script, Marty does a pretty good job. No! Oh! Sorry, I saw Marty equip the mirror and I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, accidentally pressing that button before you pick up that crystal can spell doom.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good at all. But did equip the mirror so he would be able to come out here slightly faster. Alright, so now what is the play here? If he flutes to 8, we have a problem. He's fluting to 8, we officially have a problem.
This is gonna spell doom for Marty. Going into Ice Palace without that big key is gonna make it so that he has to double dip this. Ice Palace being a fairly long dungeon with those many floors.
I mean, this is gonna push him back towards the area he does need to go, fortunately. But it is still, as you said, a very costly double dip that Marty just simply cannot afford.
He's still going to find Quake here, so I actually think that this is going to lead him to Turtle Rock without the big key, which will force him to double dip there as well.
That's actually a good point, yeah. Oof.
So that's why this was such a bad thing for him, because it's going to stack up delays, which he already couldn't afford any of, and multiple of them will just let So do what he wants.
But, you know, no, I actually don't think I can agree with you here, because what Marty is going to pick up here is going to be the bow and Quake medallion. He's not going to pick up the Turtle Rock big key. Yes, that allows him to open up Turtle Rock, but what the bow will allow him to do is double clear Palace of Darkness and Eastern.
That's a very good point. So he might go there to get those two done, because he does have the Palace of Darkness big key that he got in Swamp, and if he goes there, then he can hand in the green pendant, and then we just have to hope that he does come back here. But then even then, he might decide to go to Turtle Rock first before coming back here for that big chest.
That is also completely true. Chat, calling so go mode here shortly. That is incorrect. We still have not found that big key of Evil's Bane. We need the big key to Gad's Tower.
Chat is like me. We keep forgetting about that key. It's not go mode, it's not even no mode. We don't know where it is.
If this weren't an All Dungeons Key Sanity seed, yes, we would technically be in go mode because we would know that the Gan's Tower big key is in Gan's Tower. But we don't know that.
Yeah, not only that, So doesn't know where the Palace of Darkness big key is, so he will have to he can't go mode Swamp Palace. And I'm gonna pick up that on what our Restream Corner Tyrant said. I saw that happening. Marty did not do Diver down on either of the two spots in Swamp Palace, and also did not do Icebreaker. So this makes me think that he's not that familiar with these new tricks and glitches that the Cadence of Maria enable.
He is one of the people responsible for like setting up restreams here for the league, so he's been fairly busy these last couple of months.
That's definitely a reason to not spend your time there, and we're very thankful for the effort that he does put in so that all this is possible. It's a bit unfortunate though, because these glitches are very easy to learn. they're actually the first 2 glitches I learned, and I was able to execute them fairly consistently with only a couple of tries. So it's unfortunate that he didn't pick those up somewhere along the way.
And it's just doubly unfortunate because again, he needs all the time save he can get at this point.
Absolutely. And here's gonna be the bow. Oh no, the quake wasn't icy. Where was that bow again? And what chest was that?
Question. It might have been in the chest after the chest in the room where you have to hammer and then lift and then hammer again. I'm blanking on the name of it.
Yeah, I don't know the name of that room either.
It's 2 rooms. It's 2 rooms past where you would icebreaker. So
Bug nets and a piece of heart in Pyramid Fairy.
And free green goo from the Pyramid Fairy herself. Actually, it might have been this room here. This looks familiar.
I think isn't this called Spike Room then, this one?
It might be.
Is it called H Room?
I mean, I can see it.
Oh, definitely. And this is one of the reasons why it does take quite a bit longer, because you have to go back up here for this chest if you don't have the key in Samaria for Icebreaker.
So heading into Swamp now here.
Which we know is definitely the correct play. There's not a lot of checks left for that Ganon's Tower Big Key 2B. And yeah, it's in the ICU room, apparently is what it's called. According to Zero X.
Alright. Well, we'll see here. Marty, meanwhile, gonna take on Cold Stare here. Again, with this loadout, Cold Stare not gonna pose too much of a threat.
Yeah, one simple slash to any of these buffs and it's done.
Not quite for Cold Stare, but...
Alright, the buffs is just one slash each. Cold Stare takes a few more hits.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm thinking Argus. I'm looking at Zoe going through Palace, and I'm thinking Argus, but no, he's on Cold Stare. You're absolutely right. It takes is it like 3-4 slashes with those?
I believe it's 4. Yep, it's 4. Great fight by there on Cold Stare for Marty there. Unfortunately, he is going to have to come back here to that big chest for that Turtle Rock Big Key at some point. Hopefully, relatively soon. Hopefully, he goes and does the Eastern and Palace of Darkness double clear and turns in that green pendant and decides to come back here, or he's going to be in more trouble than he already is.
That's a lot of ifs, though.
It is, yeah, it is. But I try to maintain some optimism on commentary. I fail a lot, but
hey, absolutely anything is possible. We've seen so many crazy things happen on these races. Anything is possible.
So luckily, so Marty is indeed heading to the Palace of Darkness Eastern area here. We'll see what he decides to do in the interim here. After this, I'm calling it Warthog Room. Wow.
Now, this is also very important information for us, because depending on what Marty finds on Helmsar, we'll know a lot more of what the possibilities are for it. So,
gonna turn in that green pendant and see Ice Palace Big Key and probably just be like, oh, hell.
No rage slashes, though. As we see Diver down here, Bomb Diver down from So. Doesn't quite get it. Going for the Samaria strats, a bit easier as you can just retry if it doesn't quite work out.
Yep. Also managed to time the bomb explosion just right to cause the switch to flip there. Saves a bit more time.
Because both the upper room and the lower room are within the same super tile, it doesn't reset until you leave the entire super tile, so the bomb explosion stays there, so when you go back up, it continues, allowing you to trigger that switch after coming back into the room. An amazing trick.
Alright, so luckily Marty did go back into Palace of Darkness here, is going to receive that final Palace of Darkness small he needs. So he is going to head to Helmassar here and be able to do the back-to-back clear. And then it is going to be decision time for Marty. Because he will have, well, it's not that much of a decision when you put yourself in Marty's shoes. Do I go into Turtle Rock and hope Turtle Rock Big Key is there, or do I gamble on something being in Ice Palace Big Chest and head there first? And when you already know that, you know, if it is Ice Palace Big Chest, you had access to Sahasrahla for a long time, you might just want to, you might just feel like doubling down and just going, it has to be Turtle Rock. So, but we'll see what Marty decides to do here.
And we'll also see what actually drops from Helmassar, because that's an important drop. There's not a lot of checks left in the world, and Ganon's Tower Key could be in any of them.
And I will also point out that Ganon's Tower is open to us because we have defeated all 7 crystal bosses. And that is bad news for Marty, because that's 22 checks that Marty can do.
Marty hasn't done Turtle Rock, and he can't do He can't finish Turtle Rock until he goes back into Ice Palace.
Oh, so sorry, that's right.
Get to Ganon's Tower.
That is absolutely correct. I apologize.
Some incredibly fast buff work here, right? So it makes it look so easy. It really isn't. That requires some very fast inputs to do what he did there.
Still a very impressive Argus fight. Not quite a perfect one, but it is a pretty good one. Marty, meanwhile...
Sorry, go ahead.
Marty, meanwhile, makes quick work of Helmassar, as you were saying.
Well, and I was about to say that this doesn't even open up Ganon's Tower for it, so, but he will be heading over to Eastern Palace first.
So, Mir out for Marty. He's going to go ahead and clean up Armos Knights here. So, not going to be too far behind. Got to be able to just run straight back to Helma, save a little bit of time over Marty. King's Tomb has been checked and is nothing.
The Graveyard Ledge was a red rupee. King's Tomb was, I think, a compass of some sort.
This is actually a good catch by Marty here. He went back into Palace of Darkness to check the Palace of Darkness big.
Oh, absolutely. I totally forgot about that chest. Other players have, of course, opened that because the Biggie was not available to them at that time.
Actually completely forgot about this. I spoke earlier assuming Marty was just going to mirror directly to Eastern.
Just and arrows, though.
Now there's the Mirror to Light World and the Eastern clear for Marty here. So might be heading back in for Boss Chest after he does Helmassar and finds nothing. Yeah.
That's definitely a possibility. I would do that. He still needs the Ganon Tower. Vicky don't really want to orphan that check and head up the mountain.
But if it's on Helmassar, you save yourself a little bit of time. So I can make an argument for either way, honestly. But
oh no, I absolutely agree with doing Helmassar first. But if Helmassar doesn't have it, then you definitely want to come back in for the big chest. A completely unrelated question I have. A lot of people charge a lot with these boots, go faster, but what's the minimum distance you have to charge with boots to have made it worth it?
I believe if you're not going to be moving more than 6 tiles in one direction, you should just block it, if I remember correctly. Trackers are... Yeah, our restreamer says 4. For some reason, my brain immediately said 6. Chat confirming it's 4.
All right, 4. That's okay. That's a very short distance. That's already worth it. There we go. I'm learning more every time I watch or commentate a stream.
Marty, just about back to the Armos Knights here. Oh, doesn't quite kill either Red Igor here. Yikes. Hitbox is not playing nicely here.
They were bullying him.
So he's gonna have to spend a little bit of time picking up a few arrows for safety here on Armos.
And everything he does here is also a little bit slower than what So is doing because he does have those silvers.
Case in point, So already in Eastern here. And Armos Knights does not have our answer either.
So, what is left other than Ganon's Tower?
Question. I can't really think of anything we haven't seen.
Right? And I think Marty's actually making his way to Turtle Rock now. Yeah, you hate to see it, but we kind of expected this.
What haven't we seen yet? I'm just trying to think here. I mean, we saw Bumper.
Yeah.
We've seen Graveyard. We've seen King's Tomb.
Yes, Bet is dead. Bet is just some rupees. Yeah, Roxfire is right. We might actually be able to do a big key guessing game in a key sanity seed. Is that even allowed?
Let's see here. I don't think so. Our restream is ruining our fun.
Dang.
Let's see here. We have seen Lava Chest, yes.
Lava Chest has been checked by Tso. Oh! Basement of Hera!
Oh! That's correct! We have not seen the Tower of Hera big basement.
They did pick up that small key much later.
Oh.
Oh, and even if we don't start the Ganon's Tower big key, yeah, don't hold back. Just throw those numbers out, folks. But
well, to be fair, that check was how long ago? Like 20 minutes ago at this point.
I absolutely do not expect So to check Hera basement. He's going to head into Ganon's Tower, I think. And if he doesn't fight in there, then he'll go back and check that one. It's right there with a mirror.
But yeah, I think those are the only things we have left open to us is that Tower of Hera basement and Ganon's Tower. I mean, we've seen Shovel, we've seen Mushroom, we've seen Powder.
Oh, wait. This, I don't think we've seen Mushroom from Tso.
Right. We have seen it from Marty, so we know it's not.
We know, yes. But if he checks enough of the basement, we might actually see a buff 200 collection rate. Oh, apparently So checked this room just before while we were looking at stuff that Marty was doing, who has just picked up his silvers in the compass room.
Alright. So is opening up Ganon's Tower here. And meanwhile, gonna have a slightly faster torch puzzle here in Turtle Rock because he does come here with that hook shot. Fire shield. 10 arrows. It looks like he's gonna go full right here. Nicely done. And there we go.
That's something you see a lot in Key Sanity, big players going right immediately in Ganon's Tower, because of course, in Hope Room, you hope to get a key, but they already have the key, so they can just keep going.
Fourth bottle and mirror shield on the right-hand side. Gonna leave tile room for now.
So say he's done 6 checks, yes?
Yes, there's check number 7, the torch. Just a bloopy. Chest number 8, nope. Chest number 9, nope.
A lot of bombs.
Chest number 10 is the Ganon's Tower Big Key!
Whoever gets 10, congratulations, you're now allowed to feel better than everybody else in chat.
So, Pinky Cloudy actually guessed 10 and did it first. Unfortunately, the game was not officially running, but you know what? I'm a generous man. You've won the prize I normally give out for the Ganon's Tower Big Key guessing game, which is a lifetime supply of Link to the Past randomizer seeds, redeemable at ALTTPR.com. No purchase necessary, void where prohibited. And remember, if your standard seed lasts longer than 4 hours, please consult the YouTube tutorial. Moving on, so gonna take the climb up Ganon's Tower here.
How many times did you have to practice that one?
Actually, for some reason, I've always been able to just kind of belt that one out there.
It was amazing.
Marty, meanwhile, unfortunately, doing this Turtle Rock dip, not going to be happy with the result because he does have to go to Ice Palace and open that big chest for the Turtle Rock Big. So see stream having a little bit of a hiccup there. There we go. We're back.
The enemies in the gauntlet not playing nice with So.
Yep. Through the door So goes, and there we go. So having a little bit more difficulty with running here with the internet here, but the connection fighting on valiantly to let us see the conclusion to this race here. Who cares about Land Road 2?
It'll probably be a one cycle, and it is.
Yep.
Making great use of the half magic and the fire rod again.
Road 1 taken care of. This Road 2 coming up. Nicely done.
So satisfying.
Gonna go with fire rod strats here for the torch puzzle here in Ganon's Tower.
With the half magic, absolutely agree. You gotta refill in the next room anyway.
Especially with the mirror shield making it pretty easy to pick up without taking damage.
I've actually never had any issue in this room. If you pick it up, you can then charge down and instantly go into the staircase, and you'll never get hit.
Yeah, and plus, though, wanted to be cautious there. Did wait to hear the chime that meant the torches in the other room had gone out. Because there is a very rare glitch that if you go up the stairs while that tone is playing, you can actually despawn the sprites, which is a big problem.
Marty getting another small key to Ice Palace from the bumper ledge.
So teasing the Muldorm Gap Covenant there after destroying Muldorm 2. Don't know what Marty is coming back down this way to check. But whatever it is, we unfortunately know it's not the correct answer. Oh, did Marty not check the... Marty didn't check the big chest of thieves. Oh no. That
really surprises me, considering he... did he not have the key to open it? I think he did.
I'm not quite sure, actually.
Well, our tracker confirming that he did not. Asto is doing the Agat 2 fight here. Nice double there. And that's done.
Yeah, it was in Hookshot Cave, so yeah, that would explain it. So probably got it out of logic, whereas Marty did not. Right.
As far as I remember, though, it did not deliver, but of course it forces his routing back here now, losing some time.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, this is the red boomerang. Meanwhile, So falling into the big pig fight, this should not be that much of an issue for So with his loadout. So this is going to be a relatively quick fight, but then again, anything can happen in the Link to the Past Randomizer League. But it would take a lot of something happening for the outcome of this race to change.
Oh yeah, an astronomical amount of something.
Yeah, well, a kind of something you wouldn't wish on any runner, like a power outage.
Yeah, I mean, red mail, butter swords, silver arrows, potions, and fairies galore. He's got it all. I could clear it first try with this loadout.
And we are already halfway through Phase 3 here. And Marty doing the needful and heading back into Ice Palace. Probably gonna get that big key right about this time he sees the dot done in racetime.gg.
I don't think he's gonna make it. I really don't.
Nope. No, you're right. Oh!
Nearly knocks himself off.
But there's that fourth, yep. So has to survive the most dangerous 1x3 in all of Hyrule here, and then he will take down yet more points for FROMPS time, who maintain their just chokehold on the top #1 spot in the division here, and that is going to do it. So finishes in first place with the official racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 50 seconds. All right. Well, Marty making his way back down to the Ice Palace big chest here for that Turtle Rock big key.
Rasper Heldesk in chat, you've seen 2 people fail. I sadly commentated 2 races where that actually also happened. I think it happened on my very first race I ever commentated, which was, I think, just about a month ago.
Something I've always had in the back of my mind to mention, but have not. In Key Sanity Seeds, for those wondering, you can't game the game music to determine whether a dungeon is a crystal or a pendant. It is randomized, so you don't rely on game audio in a Key Sanity Seed.
Until very recently, I didn't even know you could rely on that ever.
All right. Marty focusing on checking what he knows is going to have to be some sort of progression here. Not going to like what he sees here. Choosing to use the hook shot pass-through glitch here instead of bombing out the wall. Saves a little bit of time. There's that Turtle Rock big key. And there's the mirror out. And there is Marty happening to glance over and see that so did indeed finish in first. And that is going to be a forfeiture from Marty. We are not, I believe, going to have an interview today.
Indeed.
Yeah. So choosing to go interview over on the Speed Gaming Portuguese restream, and Marty without a microphone to talk with us. I don't know if he's in chat or not. But just kind of, I guess we'll just kind of do a quick recap of the seed here. It was a pretty even race up until the unfortunate routing decision by Marty did cause him to basically last location at Turtle Rock Big Key, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, doing the Smith chain much earlier than so, it's not a bad call, but it unfortunately led him in the wrong direction. Made him go do Swamp first, which gave him a small key to Ice Palace, which kind of pushed him in that direction, and eventually did end up there before handing in his green pendant. And having already done Ice Palace, the green pendant giving him the big key for Ice Palace, he would not want to go back in there, which again is the correct call, but unfortunately does not work out in this seed.
And that's just the nature of all Dungeons Key Sanity. Sometimes you just last location something unfortunate, and in this case, well, unfortunate.
But these decisions they make the difference, but still very good execution from both players throughout this entire race. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope everybody in chat and our tracker and our restreamer as well, and I hope you did too, Wes.
Yep. So, real quick, we'll just go ahead and drop the commands in here. There's the command to follow our runners. There's the command to follow our commentary and tracking team, myself, Rive, and Mega Man 2 NES cartridge. Thank you to our restream producer, Kono Tyrant, for producing this restream. You see up on your screen now the action happening here over the next couple days in Week 6. Over on Link to the Past, or the ALTTPR League 2, underway already is action between Missing Two Bows and Rando Digging Gamers, I believe.
Yes.
And then we also have, I think that's it for the moment as far as active races. We have
in an
one.
hour.
Yep. We have one starting in an hour, Amarth versus Ben Creighton. And then we also have action starting in 2 hours over on Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 3 in the Invitational League. So don't forget to follow not only the ALTTPR League and the ALTTPR League 2 through 4, but Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6 for plenty of Link to the Past Randomizer League action as we wind our way through the final 2 weeks of the regular season here as well. So for myself, Rive, MM2 NES cartridge, and Kono Tyrant, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the race, and we will see you next time. Have a good afternoon.